Yeah.
Hello. It's a session. I still don't remember what number. Um, in the previous session that we had left off here in Odrin's Light, the group had made from their trek from Septilut, as well as from all the way where they were in Brannis, up to the city they had once before been in, known as Yurtawall. The city had at one point been overrun and was in the middle of a feud between mayors that were vying for becoming mayor. Um,
Okay.
Spider,
Oh,
it's going.
it's safe. You're fine.
It's fine. Just
You're gonna be fine.
um uh previously with Yurtawall, there were the two mayors who were holding the election to become mayor. Mrs. Lavender, Mrs. Neritz Lavender, and the man whose name I've forgotten. Uh,
Dead now.
he's dead. He had died due to something that Miss Lavender had concocted, where she used somebody that she was manipulating, a Miss Cider Maycamp, to essentially poison him with her venom and kill him. Um, After you all had found this out, you had promptly gotten her arrested, them thinking that she was about to kill a child, and proceeded to expose her for all of her misdeeds. Since the time, uh, since you all had left, the next person who had been elected was a woman named Miss Laney. Uh, Laney was put to office rather quickly, and when you all had re-arrived back in town, you had discovered that it's overrun by cats, but economy and as well as the slums seem to be flourishing. Things are coming together fairly well, and she's doing better than you expected. Um, you all had gone around and gotten things you wanted to get your hands on. Um, Odrin, you had gotten your hands on some things like a library.
The texts about
Yes,
Umberholz.
yes, some texts about Umber Bolts. Timberfelt had gotten a hold of some things to make soap and had made some on his own time. Um, I don't remember what Lonnie did. Oh, Lonnie, including Ash, who is currently not here with us, stalked Ripley as Ripley had proceeded to want to meet up with an old ally, Miss Cider Maycamp, that was once previously before in an abusive relationship. But they had found peace with one another, um, being Ripley and Cider. Um, and they decided to re-meet up because they had talked about that at one point. And you proceeded to follow them, and you wanted to make sure they got drunk for some reason. Uh, and after the night had ended and they both went back to where Cider was staying, um, that's where we kind of left off with them relaxing in their home and the rest of you kind of finishing out your night before the following day comes here in the city of Yurtawall. Um, Let me pull up the calendar and find out how we are looking. Uh, on this day, it is a bit chilly, mostly cloudy. Um, it's got a moderate breeze, and everything just seems to be kind of a fairly normal day as you all wake up to the morning light shining into your rooms or wherever else you may be. Um, is Ripley back? I'm gonna take that as a note. Um, Lonnie, how's your morning?
It's a little sleepy. I don't know. I don't really think I did too much. Maybe probably sleeping in a little bit.
As you are curled up in your bed, as from peering through the curtains, the morning light comes through, you shuffle and realize you're heavier than you last remembered.
Who's on top of me?
You blink open your eyes and you realize you are surrounded by cats. They're
Cats.
underneath your blankets. They're around your head. They are across your whole body. There is one cute little small, pure ginger kitten laying himself on the crest of your neck,
Mm-hmm.
breathing softly against your cheek. As they're all just laying there and you are vibrating from purrs.
Perfect.
Apple is quietly watching from like a cabinet, just kind of staring like, what the hell? And I'd say that Ash is also probably in this room, even though he is not here with us. He is laying on his usual sloped bed in order to make sure he could sleep properly. And he himself, if you're able to crane your neck enough, is also covered in cats currently, as well as their kitten mittens. And is just absolutely surrounded.
As it should be. Numerous children.
Mm.
Fluffy fur babies. I'm gonna enjoy being surrounded by cats for a while.
All right. 100. What's your morning like?
He didn't sleep. He is still awake from the night prior, and he is just working on schematics.
Mhm.
It's just so far the idea of what in any of the text. Did I get a visualization of what Umberholt might look like?
Um, I'd say with how varied the information is about the Umber Hulk, we'll say with the textbooks you got, you didn't get too much of a picturesque description,
Okay.
but you did get a worded one, um, describing them as bug-esque with two large massive arms with almost uh like almost shells on over their hands with spikes on them.
Oh, kind of like
Very sharp claws. What?
That's kind of like chitinous.
That's what I was looking for. That word, chitinous. Usually two very large pincers
I think
on their front mouth.
the best thing he's doing is designing like kind of like forearm gauntlets that would attach like around the bicep area.
I was describing it.
Oh, his schematic of what the thing might look like.
Oh,
As using that as reference, he's going to be making his own like version of it.
I wasn't describing it.
My apologies. I was excited to talk about schematics. I think he's going to take that information though. He's just going to try to like figure out how he would put that on a person. He's obviously he knows he can't tame Number Hulk. He can't tame the cat. He's lucky these things are still dumb.
Speaking of which, that cat is sitting on top of your head.
Are all the cats?
Just the one, just that one little black and white.
He's just crawling.
No, he's not crawling. He just sat himself upon your head. Say,
Are you trying to move him? His as cute as he could be, his hair is irritating his scalp.
he's just moving around on it. Like when you try to move him off, he somehow finds himself right back on you. Where maybe not where he once was before, but somewhere else. Like if you have your hood up, he's gonna suddenly be nestled into your hood.
Okay, I like that.
One thing they did note that is curious about Umber Hulks is it seems like not only do they use the antennae on their head to scout out where they are in the earth, but when it comes to their feet in specifics, while they usually have fairly thin legs, their feet widen out into thick, uh, like thick little stompers.
Oh,
Where they have very sturdy and thick nails that seem to be very good against like stone and things like that.
all right. I think the most he's going to worry about is the forearm aspect because it feels like it's probably easier to find that than anything. Plus, like the main thing he's worried about is like the tool meant for digging. Like he's like basically imagining like hand shovels, like bladed gauntlets, but instead they're shovels.
Mhm.
Just trying to like use that, kind of make something like that, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
What might
I
say
am back.
as well. Oh, hello.
Yo, that Umber Hulk stabbing.
He's stabbing.
He's stabbing.
No fucking way, he's stabbing. Legit.
With that being your morning, Timberfelt, what does your morning look like?
Um, Probably waking up and then seeing if his alchemy equipment needs any cleaning or tending to.
Alright. As you wake up where you are, you realize you're heavier than you remember. As you kind of move a bit, you feel something over you beginning to shift and move. Like multiple different weights, of varying different weights.
God, is this the encounter? Are we just going to get killed by cats?
No. But you are entirely surrounded by cats, Timberfelt.
Going to calmly move them off of me and get up, and then proceed about what I was going to do. But being mindful that there are cats in my room. He's going to question somebody, but he wants to do what he put his mind to first.
I will say you do remember like closing your door, keeping your window shut that night, and somehow your window into your bedroom is open. Like into the in room that you
It's like
just
Daisy
open.
outside. There's just like a wall of cats crawling over each other.
Um, but I'd say as you like start to get up, and as soon as you begin to jostle yourself, that's when all of the cats would immediately get up and stretch and begin to like just move themselves away as if like, all right, the bed's moving, get off. And it seems like a vast majority of them are just leaving after realizing you're awake, and others are just starting to lounge on the ground.
Okay. So he's gonna assume somebody just some. He mostly thinking it as, oh, a prankster just came in, opened up my window, and throughout the night the cats got in. And I would like to also tack on that halfway through cleaning his alchemy set is when it finally hits him like, oh, somebody probably went through my stuff. So after thoroughly cleaning everything, or if anything needs to be cleaned, he's gonna go also check through his room to see if anything got pilfered.
Oh, excuse me.
From what you can tell, your bag seems to have been lightly chewed on. And there is just the smell of cat in the room, you know? But from what you can tell, nothing seems to have been stolen. If you had any shirts with like string in them or something, or if you had any loose string, that is gone though. Yeah, shoes with shoelaces, those are also gone, chewed up, absolutely demolished.
So just in short, several things have been chewed on of my clothing. Well, I have the regular clothes that I have, and then fine clothes. I forgot I had those fine clothes. Yeah, I got common clothes and fine clothes.
With the fine clothes, any kind of specific like clothing option where they've been given like drawstring to like tie something together nicely has been horribly ruined.
Did they do anything to the rope that I had?
A little bit. It is a little bit frayed, but rope is thicker.
Okay, so it would still be usable.
Seems like.
All right, so I think after just that would probably end his scanning of all of his equipment and everything. And what was the location that he spent
Well,
the night in?
we're gonna say you stayed at what used to be just the average inn in town and is now known as the Cat's Cradle Inn. It's a lot of the town's been rebranded to be more cat specific.
Okay. Oh yeah, since our last visit, Superpod's slowly starting to remember this place now. He can't remember what he did right now, but he remembers coming through here with the group.
I'd say, like, as you kind of realize, you look over at the window, and there's just this big, fat ginger cat that's just gonna look at you, and you make like brief eye contact before he just flicks his ear and goes, meow, and jumps out the window.
I think it's about time for some breakfast, I think. Does this inn have like a, I guess,
Yeah, I think
bar,
it would happen a little like
diner,
little theatery, yeah, little
eateries?
spot, little eatery. Just simple breakfast options. So really anything you can think of you can probably get here, like some simple eggs with like some meat. Like they can get you some grits, oatmeal, things like that. Free.
He'll ask if they could make a what he thought of was just a ham and cheese omelet.
I don't think we have ham, but we sure have some turkeys, turkey and cheese fine.
That'll be good.
Alrighty. That'll be 5 coffee. And we're gonna throw in some other things on top.
Okay. He'll hand her the single silver because I don't have copper on me, and I need to double check. Oh, there's the money.
So pop the silver into her breast pocket and then pull out 5 copper pieces for you back. Here's your change, unless you want to consider it my tip.
Sure.
Cool. Usually people don't say sure to that. Put it back in her pocket. All right, we'll have it done for you. Do you want a morning ale or anything other in particulars? We have milk, water, and fresh juice.
He'll try the morning ale.
All right. She will get your order ready. Is Ripley back yet? Hello, Odd.
I don't think Mr. Odd is here today.
He's still checking on what he was checking on before. Oh, what a shame. Just. Oh. Back to you, Lonnie. You've just decided to just continue laying in bed.
Yes,
Do you
absolutely.
eventually want to start moving?
I
Oh,
don't know where
I am so
anyone else
sorry.
is.
There he is.
I am so sorry.
You're good, man.
I am sorry. It's just that I had to help. I have a help. Sorry, I had to help a friend out pick up a dead rat corpse.
Oh,
Yeah.
ew. Ooh.
Oh my God! They found Nazgul.
Running!
They found Nazgul. We made two very assumptions.
Oh yeah.
He's in Puerto Rico, honey. Remy was in France.
As a chef, you would explore the local cuisine of any country.
And then sadly, he got killed by cats because we found out that rat got killed by cats.
Damn.
Anyways,
As they should.
let's continue on with Ripley then, and then that way we can get everyone their morning stuff. Ripley.
Yeah.
Your night the previous night was a soothing one. You had met up with an old friend that you had met previously, gone to have drinks with her, and eventually she decided to help you out for the rest of the night by helping you relax and get out of your own headspace. What do you think you did that night?
I mean, depends on cider, but basically Ripley just just help her carry her carry her home and you know just basically just helps out of the house because she was wasted.
Yeah. I'd say by the time you guys would have gotten to her house, she would have sobered up a bit, being both of you. You want teas after all. It doesn't really stay in your
That's
system that long.
which I just found out about it.
Yeah, I forgot about it a long time ago.
Dude, both Ripley and fucking Jerry just now realize it, like in unison, like I have
It's like
persistent.
it's like Jerry and his wife just like drinking, and he's like, "How do you drink so good? How do you not get drunk?" And she's like, "Honey, we are you on tea, so you don't get drunk that easily. We have poison resistance. We are immune to poison. This is a kind of poison
Make
And,
face.
and
we're meant
Jerry's
to
like,
do."
and Jerry's like, what? You're telling me?
You're
You're
telling me
telling me?
I'm not built like Markiplier?
But yeah, you guys would have gone back to her house, and he would have probably taught you some nice breathing exercises and just helped you relax. The inside of her house seems a lot cleaner than it was previously before when you had seen it.
Oh
She
yeah.
seems to have put some more stuff up. Um, she also, from what you can tell, there's like a small part of the window that's open, and there are like 5 cats lounging over there, just chilling.
Like villains. Sorry.
And it's just a relatively nice, sweet night. Do you think what do you think you guys would have done beyond that? Do you think we just had a normal night?
I would say this. Ripley would. I mean, Tara's just like Ripley will confess to her a bit, but she won't force anything because because you know how Siler what Siler went through, and she doesn't want to make things worse for her.
The cider would definitely be flattered. Just probably like, that's very sweet of you, but I'd probably say for now, just I'd like to get to know you a bit more. I think this is only like the third time we've ever really met, and I feel a nice connection. It's just I don't
We'll just
know,
have to
I'm
wait.
more of a dater than a lover.
I don't know. I understand. It, I understand.
But it's nice. It's really flattering, and I like that. So yeah.
You definitely need to take your sleep because after what
Oh
happened in
yeah.
the bar, yeah, no, I don't blame you.
Oh yeah, I'm tired. Um well, the couch could either be yours, and if you want to sleep in the bed too, there's plenty of space on this wall. So
No, I'll actually take out the space.
either way is your choice.
Okay. I mean, I'll sleep on the couch for now.
Alright. And you have a pretty good rest. And as you wake up the following morning, after kind of like On a couch, you can't really sleep the same way. Normally, the way you sleep is probably the same way Jerry used to, where you coiled up in
Yeah.
a little ball and you just kind of rested like that. On the couch, you're just kind of like laying back with your entire like tail slumped over the side and like dragging all over the floor. And as you wake up and you kind of blink as you realize the sun is coming through the curtains, you feel heavier than you remember.
Huh? I don't know.
You
Cats.
look forward and you are absolutely covered in cats.
Gatitos.
And it's lovely because it's so warm.
God damn, I don't want to get up because I don't want to either wake up the cats or just make them go flying. But
There's
she
not
will probably.
nearly as many on you as there were on everyone else because you're just on a couch, but they definitely want you.
I believe what is.
But she is going to like gently move them. Like okay, I don't want to I don't want to make you a fly.
As you pick them up and move them, pretty much each one that you've picked up and place on the ground, stretchy style, just begin to just absolutely start stretching and yawning and just cleaning themselves as you move them. As you get up and slither, and you realize that cider is just in the kitchen. From what you can tell from the smell that's being made, she seems to be cooking something.
Ooh. Yeah. When Ripley gets up, she's gonna feel like to her she's gonna feel like relaxed, like she feels like the stress and and basically just the stress and the whole worries. Basically, at the moment, she's just like relaxed. She feels a bit better now. But yeah, she's gonna look for cider.
She's just cooking. As you approach and get a little closer, she'll like kind of turn around with two like plates. And from what you can tell, she's made like two simple plates with sunny side up eggs, and some like simple meats. There's like a piece of bread on there, and she seems to be in the middle of making something else as well. It seems to be like a drink. And she'll look at you like, "Oh, you're awake. Made you
Yep.
breakfast."
Oh, you don't have to.
Oh no, it's fine. They're wasting away in the in the coolant anyways. Might as well make it eat it while you have it. Eh?
True. That I could understand.
Oh, meet up. I'm making a morning ale. I learned this one from a nearby bar that I love going to.
Oh my god.
It's not really fully alcoholic. It's just, gives you a little spark for the day.
That I will take, definitely. And also thank you.
No problem.
Uh, probably after this I should probably check with the group, but I mean, may I ask you something?
Yeah, sure.
When you said when you yesterday when you told me that you will you will help me out with with my problems and basic things I've been going through. I've been thinking about it and I would like to stay.
I'll place her one drink down for you of the morning ale. And you can tell it's very much froth. Like it's very frothy ale with a little like sprinkle of what looks like cinnamon on top. She'll place it down in front of you and place her own down. Well, you maybe need to talk to your group about that too first. Because I'm all
Yeah,
in for you staying. That'd be really fun. Just make sure they know and make sure they're okay with it.
I know. Uh, that I need to tell them. It's just that I know maybe to some I may seem like a coward or maybe I'm just backing down, but I need a break.
Yeah, nothing wrong with
At the moment I might just cause another problem or I just may get somebody else killed. just because of my rash, decision, or just all because I'm just being made fun of and all that stupid stuff or stupid shit.
She'll put uh her nub on your hand, and she'll kind of just give you a sweet little smile. Just sometimes you don't need a break, and I'm sure they'd understand. So it's not like you're going to be anyone dangerous. You're just going to be here with me. Well, we're going to have sleepovers every night. We're going to drink every night too. We have to. It's like it's a part of my code of conduct at this point.
I mean, same goes for me and my family.
And besides, it's more fun when you drink with other people rather than by yourself. That's like the best part of it.
Yeah, that's a habit I need to get used to because I'm used to drinking alone.
No, that's because you're not letting others in. You got to do that before you're able to really get anywhere, love.
I should. I should let open up to people more. But yeah, no, I should get up and get the others.
Yeah, they have to. You have time. Eat your food first. You know, like smack your hand with like a spoon.
Oh, okay, I will. I will.
Eat your food first. Enjoy the morning out, and then we'll go talk to them. I'm pretty sure they're probably staying at the cat's cradle in anyways. That's what most people do.
No, especially the group, and yeah, and some people I know would definitely be staying there.
Yeah, we'll go there once we're finished. Besides, they'll probably have their nice enough morning anyways. Let them enjoy their breakfast too before we, you know, tell them what's going on.
Yeah, all of them now.
Cutting to Lonnie,
The Queen of Apples.
Yeah.
the queen of apples, covered in cats as you are. After a while, I think maybe like when you love a cat laying on you, but after like a long time of doing it, you realize, man, I'm a tiny bit uncomfortable now, and I'm a little suffocated. Like that kitten that was sleeping on the crook of your neck has moved their head now to where they're breathing into your nose, and it doesn't smell great.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And you're just kind of like just surrounded. And at a point, you're kind of it's getting a little much.
Suffocation.
Suffocation. No breathing. Oh, actually, as you're kind of laying there, you're just allowing yourself to essentially slowly die. You're going to hear a loud knock at the door, and all of the cats are going to scramble.
I'm gonna try to capture one as it pulls me out of bed.
The
from
kitten
playing,
is
so-
still sleeping on your neck. He has not moved. He is just sleeping. He's this chunky little furball. He's just sleeping.
I'm gonna get up since we need to progress the story.
What?
I'm gonna get up, open the door.
Ro is standing there.
Hello, kneecap.
What?
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 What'd you say?
She opens the door and the eye line is her kneecap.
I think Ro will just kind of scoff and like
That
crouch
sounds like
to your eye level.
That sounds like an insult you would also say to someone if they like broke their ankle or something.
Oh,
Like they have to hop on one leg.
but Ro will crouch down to your level, just giving you just a stupid little morning smile, tousled like morning hair. Morning. You
Hello.
sleeping in?
Yeah.
Want to go eat something?
Yeah. Lonnie's gonna be completely unaware of the situation and hasn't turned her filter on yet, so she says, "Are you for breakfast?" And then realizes what she says, and then no, wait, eggs works, bacon.
Ro's gonna look up and see that Ash is still in the room and just be like, my mom is psychic.
Okay, okay.
Maybe not this early in the morning.
The shame.
I'll leave you step.
Okay. Bacon? Eggs? One of those?
Grits, sausage.
I don't know about sausage. I prefer not sausage, but let's stick with eggs and
Well, you don't have to
bacon.
leave it whole. You can
Bacon.
just crush it.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Cool. Breakfast.
Yeah, let's go.
They'll lead you downstairs where it's just a nice little small eatery where you can see the timber pelt is also sitting at. Timber pelt at this point you would have had your food brought out to you on like a nice simple little platter with very much steaming 2 slices of turkey and cheese omelets, like 2 very decently sized ones, as well as thin slices of what seems to be like provolone, and some like thin slices of cheese, and what seems to be a small bowl of grits, and just a nice helping of a couple of pieces of bread, as well as a pipe they bring out to you that is filled to the brim with what seems to be a nice milky scented froth that has a little sparkle of what you can tell to be cinnamon on top.
Cinnamon.
All
She's
right.
she's gonna
Enjoy
use.
your morning platter. That
Uh,
there, by the way, is the morning ale.
mm-hmm.
That one's actually very nice. It's kind of more of a milky thing. It's not too alcoholic, but it kicks you right into the morning. I hope you enjoy sugar.
Thank
Drugs.
you.
I think. Huh?
Oh, I just said drugs.
What were you gonna say, Chopin?
Oh no, Timberbelt was just saying his thank you to the waitress
Of course. Have a
or
great day.
server.
Um, and I think the waitress seeing Lonnie and Ro come in will look at y'all and just, morning. You here for breakfast? Yes. Look, Lonnie, so there's your breakfast.
Oh, I was talking the whole time, but my mic was muted.
That's your fault.
Yes, it is, because I'm mildly disoriented in real life.
Oh, that's your fault.
Yes, it is.
Are you okay?
Drugs?
Oh yeah. Was up until like 4 or 5 in the morning, and so I woke up
Why'd you do that?
because I don't have work until Saturday.
Oh.
All right. Well,
Yeah, I walk in with Ro.
you can either sit with Timberfeld or anywhere else you like. It seems to be fairly vacant this morning, other than maybe a few stray cats hanging around.
I'm gonna try to hold Ro's hand, but her hand, because I'm tiny, she only needs like her thumb and pointer finger to hold my entire hand.
She'll do probably that thing where you take like your first finger and your thumb and you hold somebody's finger and you just kind of rub it.
I would imagine that at some point she unintentionally completely lifts me off the ground.
Raise me up so
Ah!
I can stand on mountains. Actually, I need to actually look at Rose's strength. I don't know if she'd actually be strong enough to carry you.
I don't know. I think she
I'm
is.
thinking about
My weight, including what I'm carrying, is 80 pounds.
let's see what her strength is. Her strength's a 10.
Stronger than
Maybe.
mine.
You
Sorry,
can't ask though. I forgot I gave her strength. I rolled one. So
a kid on
um
Tuesday spit in my face, and now I'm sick.
let's see. What are you doing? Why are you being a bitch? Why are you being a bitch? You settle down either with Timberfelt or wherever else you wish to sit. As she'll ask what you want, and you can pick from a variable variety. I think Ro would probably ask for like a grit bowl with like with some like spicy seasoning and some like hot like cut up sausage, some like roasted jalapeno peppers, and like a little drizzle of like honey.
That actually sounds really fucking good.
As well as the morning ale. I kind of want to make that now.
I would like a roasted sausage over like maybe like potatoes with like a nice like
I
honey
want grits.
or grits.
I like grits.
I'm more of a red potato.
I know you are. I have potatoes in the fridge. We can do that with. There's some red potatoes. What would you like to eat this fine morning, honey? Molly?
Ooh, oh, hi. I was
What would you
I
like
had
to eat?
I had a coughing fit, so I muted myself again and forgot to turn it back on.
You're good.
Let's do. When she said, "What do you want, honey?" I said, "Well, honey sounds good. We could do that, and then add pancakes underneath it."
Oh, all right. Well, I don't have anything for making normal pancakes. Is potato pancakes all right? They can be just as sweet.
Yeah,
All right. And you said with honey?
yeah.
All right. We're able to make kind of like a whipped cream kind of thing
Mm.
with like milk and sugar and things. Would you also like that with it?
Yeah, that works.
All right. And do you want a
I will
morning
be
ale?
I gotta go get dinner IRL, so I'll be right back.
Cool. Yeah.
Making poor Tobin hungry over it.
Honestly, making myself hungry.
Understandably so.
But would you like a morning ale with that as well?
No, I should probably be sober.
What?
I should probably be sober.
Well, there's not really any alcohol in it. It's non-alcoholic.
Oh, yeah, sure.
All right. I'll get you a smaller cup too, just so it's not so much.
No, you can do the normal one. It's okay.
All right.
Okay.
She'll go off with your order. Oh, actually, forgot. It totally slipped my mind. I don't get how it did. This is gonna be 5 copper each.
Oh,
And
that's a
I
lot
think
of money.
Rose just gonna hand her silver for both, and then an
Woo!
extra 5 copper for a tip.
Neat.
Because you should always tip your workers.
Yes, at least $1 because every dollar
that
counts.
is the minimum in my book. If you want to tip more, go fucking for it. But $1 a person. If they serve like 20 people by the end, not $20.
It's an official
Yes.
date now.
Yeah.
Ro and I's first date, she paid for it. It's official. Woo. Making pancakes, making
You
bacon
guys will
pancakes.
wait on your food. Children.
Yes, ma'am.
At this point, after you scribbling down your writings and all of the shit that's stuck in your head this entire night, you pause as you're writing and you hear a grumble in your tumble.
Gonna look at the cat.
He's just gonna look at you, and then look at your stomach, and then look at you again. And it's ring. He'll like rub his face against you.
I'll pack up my studies and go downstairs.
He's happily sitting on your shoulder.
Didn't see what's going on.
As you head downstairs, bless you. You see that in the eatery, there's not many people, but you do see that Timberpelt is currently eating his food, as well as it seems Lonnie and Ro are waiting for theirs. I will note you don't know where Alex is.
I'll be right back. My roommate is asking me for the 17th task in under a half hour. I'll be back.
Okay.
You don't know where Alex is. Ever since the kind of blow up yelling fit that happened whenever Ro had joined, She hasn't really been around. She seems very standoffish with the group now. Um, but you kind of just make your way down as the waitress comes in with plates of steaming food, as well as 2 pints of what looks like something frothed with cinnamon on top. As she'll place these platters in front of Ro and Lonnie, and then look up at you. Just another one. How can I help you today, sugar? You looking for something to eat?
What was the cheapest thing?
Well, everything that we make for the morning, especially for people that end up staying here at the Catch Cradle, it's just 5 copper per platter, and usually give a good amount of things. You just give me a general idea of what you want to eat, or come up with the whole platter yourself, and I'll make it for you. And if it ends up being something simple, I'll get you extra.
Something sure.
Hmm?
Just anything.
What do you like? I'm gonna need specifics because just anything means that my chef back there just might throw a shoe in your thing.
What are you working?
Well, I'd recommend a lot of things. Let's see. We have our toasted we have toasted vegetables.
I'll take that.
I wasn't even finished.
I just want anything.
Alright,
Need options.
pick a spot. I'm gonna get you a morning ale too. She'll go off towards the kitchen. Just hear a very like after a few moments you hear a very loud just you didn't want to order anything? I don't know, man. Dude's just sitting. And just after probably I'd say about 5 minutes or so, she's gonna come out towards you with what seems to be a very nice platter. It's got a very large bowl on it, as well as with some other things on the flat platter next to it. As she'll place it down in front of you. And from what you can tell, it seems to be a nice helping of it seems to be like a fried rice kind of mix. Cooked rice with egg, with what seems to be mixture of different vegetables that have been cooked and seem to be emanating a very kind of not spicy but kind of like mild smell with like something with a bit of spice to it, and next to it seems to be a small helping of like fruits and vegetables as well, and she'll place down a pint of the morning ale in front of you. Just enjoy your morning. I got you covered for this.
I'll just try his best to do whatever he was doing upstairs down here now. Just like pulling out just sketchbooks. Weights.
The cat sits on one corner without you having to tell him to.
Can I see the others down here?
Oh yeah, you can see them. They're sitting probably somewhat close by. As they're just enjoying their meal. You can see like one of the alright. You can see Ro is enjoying what looks like a mixture of a lot of like spicy food, with drizzle with something on top as she's like absolutely shoveling it into her mouth. Um, and Lonnie's just kicking their legs while eating their food, and they look really happy. Um, and Tobin seems to have a very nice hearty platter in front of him as well, as everyone's just kind of enjoying themselves and eating.
And no sign of Miss Alex.
Yeah, it does because for a while she was sticking around you because she would go on little small quests with you on occasion. But after what had happened, she seems to be kind of distanced from the group. She started to somewhat hang out with Ash, so your guess is she's probably just with Ash.
Okay. Alright. Let me check my tabs. See what kind of contents I got. What time are we in again? Just double check.
Hmm?
What time are we in? Just to double check.
I'd say at this point it's like maybe 7 in the morning.
Oh no, town.
Oh, you're in Yurtawall.
Weird. Do we have a little icon on it?
Yes. It's a little,
Oh,
little
the
wizard
the
robe,
wizard.
dude.
Sorry. It's kind of small.
Oh yeah, it's a big map. By the way, I want to note, as you're eating, the barmaid's just kind of like, or the waitress is just kind of watching you, like, eat and like draw on this random crazy thing. And she doesn't like, usually when people watch you, you're used to them kind of looking kind of like weirded out, creeped out, or even afraid. She just looks curious. It thinks it looks cool from what you can tell. Like, as you're like sketching shit out, she's kind of looking at it and like nodding a bit, like, yeah, okay.
I'll just do my best to kind of like ignore her. Not the best people person from what I can tell.
I didn't describe her either, but I think I will now. From what you can tell, it seems to be an older half elven woman. Uh, you can tell she's older because she seems to have like crow's feet, like um the creases in her cheeks. As she's just got fair skin, a little bit darker than the average, and very freckled. So many freckles. Like so many freckles you can't even count the many freckles. A lot of them are like merged together. And she has very like bright golden brown eyes with like thick set eyebrows and some short like choppy kind of bob haircut with part of it kind of pinned to the back. As she's kind of watching, she's wearing like simple like clothes, mostly black clothes with some hints of color here and there with her white apron.
Really? Is this place also full of cats? Sorry for a chance.
There's like a few strays here and there, but from what you can tell, they tried keeping the cats out of the place with the food. And I think real quick, while we're waiting on Tobin and Derek to get back, I'm then gonna go get myself something to eat because I'm actually really
Oh.
hungry.
Ah,
Welcome back.
I've been here.
I just can't draw this guy.
God, you ate so much of the bread.
That ain't that much. You have a rose.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
I am back.
Welcome back, Salem. Alex, go grab some bread.
Welcome back, Tobin. Okay, go. How,
Are the people back? Are we just waiting on Allie?
Alex,
Mr.
come
Wing,
back.
Mr.
Oh,
Wing,
okay.
Alan.
Alex, come back.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We're here for you.
Coffee.
We're here for you, therapy. Whatever,
Yeah. The
whatever
coffee.
happens.
The recording's back on.
Okay.
But
Hello,
I appreciate
Bonnie.
it. Yeah, good. Well, I'll pause it until we're all like, hey, everybody's here.
Alex.
Okay.
Sorry, talking about food made me hungry.
Yeah, no, that's
And I wanted to
understandable.
try grits with honey with something spicy.
Yeah,
So I
why not?
grabbed the spicy sausage from our fridge, and I drizzled honey on top of my grits. It actually tastes really good.
I will steal your honey.
Fuck you.
Tomato.
But yes, we can continue.
Yeah.
All of you seemingly have been fed. Um, To describe the texture and taste of the morning ale, it's very much a frothy, milky beverage. And she was correct in saying that it gives you a little bit of a kick. There's a subtle cinnamon almond flavor with the tiniest hint of vanilla and other mixtures, as it's a lovely thing to begin your morning with. And you're left with a little bit of that little froth over your lip, you know? The got milk kind of froth.
Froth mustache milk.
Mhm.
E.
Got milk.
I do.
As you should. Yeah. You all get to enjoy your breakfast. Ripley. You'll also
See,
get to enjoy a lovely breakfast with cider, made her eggs perfectly, and trying out the breakfast ale. It is absolutely divine. You've never tasted something so wonderful. It's not like cold like a normal ale is. It's warm, and it's comforting, and it's just so it makes your heart feel wonderful. And especially being UNT, being cold blooded, this is such a lovely little.
Mm.
That's how your morning feels right now.
Yeah. She is definitely. Yeah, she is definitely happy with that. She definitely enjoyed that. Definitely sampling
And
it.
and as you finish your breakfast and Cider cleans the dishes, you I'd say you have to come up with a little speech to tell your friends you're leaving them.
Yeah, I mean, she's ready for that. She's mentally ready to let her group know. So she is going to go find the group
Do you want me to come with you?
if you want to.
Well, I didn't know if you wanted me there for that or not.
I mean, I mean, you're welcome to.
I'll go ahead and stay here because it's just about you guys. Don't want to intrude where I'm not wanted.
I mean, you're welcome.
Oh, I know. I just mean maybe by them they might think it's a little bit of a personal thing.
I understand. Well,
Let me
I'm
know
gonna go.
how it goes.
Well, definitely. I will. I think it's about time I go find the group. Let them know.
Definitely check the cat's cradle in first. That's where you're probably gonna end up finding them. I just went
That I
between
will.
country and Australia. I'm so confused.
I'm from down under. I'm from a country called Down Under.
Like British, but not.
Right. All right. Yeah, she's gonna go find the group.
You make your way through town, passing by the hordes of cats in the street, and just enjoying your time as you approach the cat's cradle, where you enter in through the inn/eatery part that fully enters into it. Kind of like a side off building. And as you enter in, you are very pleased to see that the majority of your group is here, being Timberpelt, Lonnie, the newest member, Ro, and Odrin, sitting in separate tables, it seems like, eating their morning breakfast.
She is going to go towards the group. Hello. You guys doing okay?
Morning.
um, doing all right. Uh, Surprised by the amount of cats that got in.
Oh yeah, no. I woke up this morning and I just basically been covered by cats. It's it was and it was a bit difficult trying to get up because I don't want to have them flying.
I don't wake up at any cats.
I mean, you're lucky.
I don't know. I like being cuddled by small things.
I
Okay.
mean, I had to get up. Thank the- But yeah. Um, but no, I'm glad you guys are doing good or doing well. Um, well, I have some news I might have to let you all know. Uh, Odrin, Lonnie, and Timpo. I imagine Ash is probably asleep or doing something else. But I think I should let you all know now that I might have to stay behind. I might have to stay here for a bit.
No.
Oh,
You want to stay behind? Right.
I want to stay here for a while.
And your friend.
I know this is gonna seem like a cowardly act or some sort of like I'm just like it might seem I'm just giving up, but I don't want to keep stressing myself and just weighing you all down because of my stupid actions. I can't. I you know
Directions to those.
I need I mean you were there. The whole uh she's gonna keep it down, keep it quiet. The whole burning down tavern and all that shit. And some people die because of that shit. And that whole moment where I almost killed you guys. I mean, you weren't there, Origin, but I almost killed the party.
Don't worry about it. I almost killed them too.
Uh,
Ripley.
What?
Sorry. Now I move closer so we can hear me.
You do like to mumble talk with
I bet. Accents.
mum, mum, mum. Wait, who was doing the mumble talks? I won't be confused.
That was
Sorry,
Casey.
that was me. Sorry.
But the one you were talking, the whole like that was like which character was it?
I'm the one on hold.
Oh,
Gross. So you want to just leave?
I want to. I need to stay. I I I need to think more of. I need to clear my head because right now there's too many shit going going down at the moment with me, and I need a time to think what I want to do and why do I need to focus on myself before continue adventuring.
I
But
don't think adventuring is the proper word for it. It's more of
I know,
escaping.
I know.
What
That's
of your friend? The one at the airship. Miss Cleopatra.
yeah, yes.
What do we do about her?
Well, the same thing we always do, trying to find a way to get her out.
That's what you
But
do. You're not going to be with us anymore.
I won't be ready for that. I'm not ready for that.
Why don't you think that?
Because I know I'm gonna screw up at the state, and I am not prepared to go at something that big.
And you think preparing yourself here will help you? In a small town where you can do Nothing but play with cats.
I won't be alone for that. I'll have somebody help me.
Mentally, yes.
See, it's all you
Scared.
like,
Go
but I'm
out.
not. I can't push myself.
Have you ever tried pushing yourself? Have
I'm
you
not
ever
ready.
attempted such a thing?
I'm not ready for that commitment.
Right. Commitment. That's how it's seen.
Listen, I'm not going to argue with this shit.
I'm not trying to argue. I just wish I knew a way to speak of this. I know the pain of destroying something. I once burned a tavern, if you would. I've killed people. It wasn't meant to be, but they died. And it was my fault they died. I've had many people die unnecessarily under my own hands. The longer you wait, the longer you try to fix yourself, you might end up hurting yourself more. You might end up as an old man trying to find any way to atone for your sin.
Well,
Take your time, but not too long, or you'll just find yourself wallowing in a pit of your own fortune.
that I will take. It won't take too long, but I
How long?
do.
How long are you planning on being gone?
To be honest, I do not know. I'm. I'm still. I'm still. I'm still suffering the the whole idea of of my brother not being there anymore. I'm still going through that whole. I'm still going through that whole loss, and at the moment, I need to go all do this, but without thinking everything else. I know this is selfish, but at the moment I cannot go on at the moment. I need some time, but I'm not gonna take forever. There's no way in hell I'm going to just sit here and just let you all do do all the work or do all the action. I will do my part, and I'm definitely not gonna stay here for. I'm not gonna stay here forever. I just need some time to get better to get better of myself. I know it's not I know it doesn't make sense for all of you, but for me, I need this. I'm sorry that it came to this, but I might have to leave for a bit, stay here, and I'm sorry that I had to leave you all like that, but it's a choice I'm willing to make so I can avoid doing more mistakes like that ever again.
You'll always make mistakes. You just have to live with it.
And that I will learn. It's just right now I I don't want to be a broken mess.
You're not broken. Just remember them. A mess, yes, but not broke.
I think with that ultimate decision of deciding to separate yourself from the group for a brief time, you say your goodbyes to everyone. Or it's not going to be a long goodbye, but it might feel like an eternity, as these are the people you came here with. And even though you plan on staying fairly close to where they are and you're always going to be here, it's still hard. And as you turn around and walk out of the tavern, you feel but the gentlest of hands touch your shoulder. And before you can turn around, you hear a familiar voice reach your ears. Don't worry, sis. You got this. Dad was always, the same kind of way. But don't forget, we're all fighters. And there's nothing wrong with taking a rest once in a while. Because you never know when the last time is you're gonna be able to rest. I got you there. And the hand leaves your shoulder.
God damn it, Casey.
Do not do that. It was something so sentimental, and then you just ruined it.
I'm sorry. I thought it was a really good bit.
I love that.
You're replacing Ash in this moment. She would have done the same. But for that brief bit of time, you felt your brother's presence,
She
and you're
is.
pretty sure this is the right thing to do for the time.
She would be shocked to hear that, but at the same time, she will feel comfort. But at the same time, shocked. Like, how the fuck? How?
And where you felt the hand on your shoulder, as you kind of reach your hand back to touch where it was, you realize there was something left on your shoulder. And as you pull it back and you take a look, from what you can tell, it's a small red shard.
How the fuck?
Nothing big at all. Maybe like the size from your fingertip to your first knuckle on your finger. Not your knuckle, but like between like where your other knuckle is, your inner knuckle, your second digit thing. Very small. A little thicker, but not too large. And you recognize that red shine. And you recognize that he's there with you. And he's always been with you.
She is going to be surprised by that. She's gonna quickly look back and up, like, how? How?
That felt away. More
Be right
disrespect.
back.
That's. She will definitely held on to it because I think she know. I mean, she knows what it
You're
is.
you're pretty sure you know what that is.
Yep. And she's gonna hold on to it dearly.
You feel a surge of life coming from this gem, and it's comforting. It's very nice. This little of a shard, not the full piece, of course, of what he had, but it's something.
It definitely is.
And before you decide to change sheets, make sure to add that you have a shard of the stone of life.
I make sure to write that down. How the fuck?
And over time, I will let you know what it can do. It's not nearly as potent as his was, but it has a little bit of life to give, if you catch my drift.
Yep.
As you walk towards where you were once with Cider, to see that she seems to have also walked out towards town square at this point, uh, with a cat in her arms, as she normally seems to be now, greeting you and happy to hear that you're staying and coming up with things you guys could do together while you're staying by, practicing and whatnot, going over different tips and tricks on how to feel better, and just walking away while it feels like something is missing from separating from your group. You don't feel empty. If anything, you feel a little more whole. And the group, as you all finish your breakfast after that brief moment of speaking, what do y'all decide to do today? I know you all had discussed going to the capital of light for a short minute to visit Wolf and Yanetta to speak with them. Um, and do you guys still plan on doing that? Oh, I watch YouTube videos while you play D&D.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Y'all can go ahead and discuss what you're going to do. I think what I ate is going through me very quickly. So I'm going to use the bathroom while you guys discuss what your next course of action will be. And Odd,
Someone's
do
gonna
me a
be
favor and start. And we're gonna swap out your sheets, alright?
Oh, I think it's there.
Yours away and put up your new one. Just in anticipation. And I will be back.
You know, there's some character.
Yes, we just I have to poop.
Hello? Deborah, you there?
Yeah, I'm outside my room. Give me a moment.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. Take your time. You're good. I know. Tobin is. He said he'll be back.
Yeah, I took care of what was going on. Uh, I'm thinking, wouldn't we want to go to Dawn Lake behind the White Gulch? Use the little beads of nourishment, explore the lake, since we're in
Oh
that
yeah.
area.
Oh yeah. But you guys are also close to the capital.
Oh, right. Somebody who wanted to go to the capital, was that Tobin?
I am back.
I think it's also Ash as well.
Ash, I think, brought up the idea of the capital.
To go see Wolf and damn, I forgot her name. The other chick.
And that capital is the capital of light with
Yeah.
the other point of interest for Timberhill that he can think of is a library.
Oh yeah. Now you guys were talking. Well, I remember you talking about that.
He technically has a scroll. I remember buying a scroll. I completely forgot what I wrote down the scroll for, though. But I'm going to canonically forget about that scroll and never acknowledge it, so I don't have to worry about it.
I mean, you can ask Allie and she'll probably help you with that. What the fuck am I looking at?
Yeah.
What the fuck am I looking at?
What are you looking at?
I'm looking at something, and I'm not sure if I should share this. Question of the day: should I send this?
Hello.
Oh,
Hello.
oh!
Oh, so who are you bringing now?
You will find out.
Is it non-school?
I wish.
Is it? Is it another snake?
I no.
Is it a tainted?
Who knows?
I know who this is.
It's someone familiar. I'll say
I
that. I mean,
definitely know.
it's someone that you and Tobin are familiar with.
Dude, I can't wait for you to unveil him and have just so I can be like, I have no idea who this is.
You'll be like, I don't even know who you are.
It'd be really funny if I genuinely didn't too. Like if it was an actual like character I just don't recall. Like that would kill me.
Imagine, imagine me
If you,
bringing back. I will be honest. I'm actually tempted to bring in Larry,
who the fuck is Larry?
the bugbear, that serpent adopted. Like, it was on my first D&D campaign, and then he became
Oh,
like a stable character to you guys.
to us.
Because he was supposed to be like
Oh my
a
god.
random bugbear like enemy, and then one of you guys convinced him to fight for you guys. Like, yeah,
I
this is shitty.
I
While our boss
totally forgot
is
about him. I don't remember him. From the dimension. My, how did I forget about Larry?
Larry the bugbear.
I
I
feel
didn't
bad.
heard about Larry the Bugbear.
I genuinely forgot Larry existed. I'm so sorry.
You're
That's,
good.
that's just because Shank had that, I guess, like workplace
Yeah,
co-workship.
yeah. Larry was like the
They work
bartender.
at the same place technically too.
Yeah, Larry's the bartender, and he was also basically married with the Lizard folk man. But I was thinking about bringing Larry because, like, I want to see what it's like playing a bugbear. Because I know they have like stretchy arms that basically just make stretchy arms that make them like attack to some distance.
It makes it like if you had like a halberd, like oh my gosh, the reach. The reach you would have.
Jesus.
Oh man, if you had like something with reach and that did bludgeoning damage, and then had like the crusher feat, you could just poke somebody and like push them away from you.
Push them
It'd be worse.
further away.
It'd be so bad too if they were on difficult terrain too. They would use all their movement just to get 5 feet away, like 10 feet away from you, and they could just push them back.
Now you waste your movement again.
Oh, what's that? Oh, you're gonna dash? Now you can't do shit.
Good luck, good luck, Chuckanauts. I, I, but no, I'd be surprised that you won't remember this character that I'm bringing, but I mean, who knows?
Okay, next.
Who knows what
Also,
happens?
when I was in the bathroom, I heard Casey say, "Who's Larry?" And I audibly out loud said, "Oh my god," because I was flabbergasted. He forgot Larry.
Fucking damn! I feel like an asshole.
Larry's a king. He's wonderful.
I was more focused on like
I mean,
Nazgul and Abe,
I
like
was, I kind of
my
want to bring
favorite
Nazgul,
characters.
so I could torture people again.
I can only think of the characters I like whole like 100%. Like
Larry was great though. He was just a bugbear guy.
Jerry, fucking Jerry was solid.
He
Jerry's
named one
back
of his
home.
kids after Larry.
Can we have Jerry instead? Can his dad come? Can
Oh
we
my
just try to
god.
snake for him? A snake road?
I
for-
promise you, if Jerry could get here, he would. But I promise you that
His wife would not
his
let
wife
him.
would not let him. So I already had one of my family run off. The father of my children is not.
But I need to get my kid.
Your kid is fine. She is you.
Comes back. Hey, parents, I'm not okay. I wish you guys kind of came to help me.
As long as you are not dead. As long as you are not dead. I was raised in dwarven, families where, sure, you care, but you don't, cuddle. You're cuddling. But anyways, did y'all decide that you guys were going to Capital of Light?
Tobin did say that he had like a school, but he forgot what school he had.
A scroll.
What kind of school?
No, I figured out the school.
Oh,
The scroll.
I think
The
it's
magic piece of paper.
Oh no, I said scroll.
I heard. I heard school.
My bad,
First.
Chief.
But,
Sorry, I have to plug in my laptop or it's gonna die, and all the outlets are occupied except the one over here.
but yeah. Going back.
They don't. There's not one that fits. They're all full, or like I would have to move things around.
We'll figure it out.
Figure it out. So what kind of scroll you got there, Chief?
I'm trying to remember.
Did you not write it down? Did Allie write it down? Allie, what kind of scroll does he have?
I didn't write it down.
I have to check some things.
Quick, tell him to make something up. It's a MacGuffin. She'll go with it.
Well, no, I just specifically remembering it being a transmutation spell, and I'm further thinking I already went and learned it when I leveled up.
Yeah,
I
it was
did
so.
that. Which means
Okay.
Bless you.
I
Wasn't that
most
Earth
likely have.
one?
So what now?
I don't know. I just remembered like something with Earth. A lot of people were looking for scrolls one day, and I was just spitballing.
I thought I was looking for it for. I thought I had a scroll of identify, because I remember it was a
Oh.
scroll for a spell I wanted to use, but I didn't have it, and I thought I could write that in my book.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I remember now. Yeah. Scroll of identify.
I don't think I ever used it. And when I eventually leveled up, I learned identify regardless. Like I chose to learn identify naturally, so. Oh
That
well.
could be something you give to Wolf and Yanetta for the shop.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's a moneymaker right there.
Yeah, so if anything, I don't know. Go to the library and find a book to read.
Mm-hmm. There is a fairly large library in the capital of Light.
Wait, we're in the capital now?
No, not yet.
Okay.
No, y'all.
We're just on our way to
mentioned
one.
going
Okay,
there,
okay.
so I wanted to make sure you all agreed to going there.
Yeah, that was the predetermined location, so we're not going to change the location because party members are absent.
Yes.
Well, maybe we should change the location.
No.
Hey, we're
Besides,
the nine.
it would be a vote even if they were here.
When
you know?
when Ash gets back, hey, we're the nine hells now. The what?
Yeah, we went to Alvernos. We have a hell engine. Oh shit! Hey,
Hey, we managed to break into Wakefield.
hey, honey, can we go to Alvernos and get a hell engine?
Yeah.
Aw. I want a Mad Max car.
Build your own. You have an art person.
Honey, can I build a Mad Max? God, that would get us around so much quicker than these stupid trams. as beautiful as they are, they're so slow, and they won't let me pick around in them. They're just like, please leave us alone. You're just a customer. You're
Please
not
leave us alone.
allowed.
That is weird.
Stop trying to finagle your way into upgrading our vehicle.
I mean, would you allow someone to randomly come up to your car and try to finagle with it?
No.
Especially when there's the chance of them breaking it?
Now, honey, would I break it?
Would
Yes.
you?
Maybe.
There's your
Depends.
Hello, listener.
I
I
can
passed on
armor
my
it, but I
inspection.
don't.
Somebody coughed in the background. That wasn't me.
That was
I
me.
think it was on.
I choke on my
Yeah.
Mountain Dew.
Okay.
Oh, you're. Oh,
Oh no, my gamer.
Mountain, you do you, man.
God, I don't know why I imagine someone choking on Mountain Dew. I just imagine like old Boogie choking on it and his mom coming by, just being like, "Oh, baby choked and baby spit up."
Interesting.
I'm surprised no one's made that bit yet. Like a little comic where it's just like we're playing. We got a drummer.
alright. So, your journey without Ripley begins, heading towards the capital of light. You have 8 days of just normal travel time that you guys can put under your belt, and you can choose what to do with. And for Ripley, I'm also going to give you small updates on how you're going to be doing as well.
Mhm.
Because I think over the time you learn that Cider is not only well versed in the town and drinking and such, but she also has friends in low places.
Mm.
And she surprises you kind of one night, I'd say. Maybe getting a little heckled at a bar, maybe getting a little bit annoyed. And you're just gonna see her kind of flip a guy on his back.
Jesus.
So
Are you secretly a barbarian?
she's a little bit roguish, I'd say. Probably more of a fighter.
Maybe it would be terrifying if she was a barbarian.
We'll see.
Like
But
I am not messing with you.
I'd say in order to not only enhance both your mental health, but also maybe your fighting spirit, she is also available for normal training, which means as the group has chances to level up, as do you with Ripley. Just so that way we have a MacGuffin to give you the chance to level up.
Yeah.
And
Montage.
you guys just have a good amount of time there. What does everyone want to do during their 8 day span?
I don't think I can't build exactly what I want to build right now.
Not at all.
No. Shit. What can I do? I can't. I can't really get books on a train. I'm not an artist, so I can't make money like Lonnie.
Speaking of Lonnie, you're adding another.
Adding 8 days.
You're adding 8 days. That's another
64
one.
of 80.
Yep. I'm gonna go ahead and update that for you. That way you remember.
Oh, hold on. I have ideas. Question is, do I have it in my inventory?
You do have a cat in your inventory.
The
I
cat.
don't
What?
have a.
The cat
Yeah,
is
I
still
just
with him.
it's been following me around. I guess it's someone old man got. Oh, you need this. You need me. And then the cat's gonna slowly learn. Oh God, what have I done?
No, the cat's enjoying himself.
Okay.
He absolutely adores you.
Okay. I know I have a metric load of rubies left, dark rubies, in my inventory. But I don't have a blacksmith thing, so I can't go with the idea I wanted. Because I just had a small idea, like, you know the little shield thing I made, right? My little arm shield.
Yeah, so no.
I was thinking, more portable grenades that I can store spells in and toss them.
That is something possible. The shards of the red stone do have the ability to absorb magic. So if you wanted to withhold them, so that way they can hold it for a brief period of time before having them explode on somebody, that is definitely something you can attempt to do. But also understand that you don't know how volatile it can be.
Yeah, I
So
don't.
you would have to test this.
I also don't even think I have. Like, would I need blacksmithing tools for this, or what tool would I need?
Well, the stone itself, you don't need to work with in order to turn it into something that can absorb magic.
Oh,
It's something it can already do naturally.
I just assumed I would need like a tool of sorts to help focus it and better use it, because the raw material can absorb spells, but I thought maybe I can use a tool to maybe like do some enchanted like engravings, or maybe like shape it better. That way it becomes less volatile, more like
Well, you don't understand its volatile, like
Oh,
if
right,
it's
okay.
volatile at all. That's the part of it. You have to test it.
Can I use my 8 days to test it out and just use like small spells like color spray?
Sure.
Just like make like little paint canisters for like a short bit and just like test it out, make sure I'm not like creating like a miniature atom bombs. I don't want to Oppenheimer us. I want to. That would be bad. So I think I want to just use my 8 days to kind of like experiment with the material at hand.
Yeah, sure thing.
Alright, sweet. Is that it? Oh, what would I roll for that?
Give me an Arcana.
Arcana. Okay. Arcana Sukasa. That meant nothing.
You say you
Take
want to
five.
use color spray, correct?
Yes, color spray.
All right. Go ahead and give me that Arcana.
Arcana. Got a +5. Because I'm a smart guy who knows his magic.
Pressing your palm against this piece of material, as you cast it into it, you watch as the dark red stone absorbs it, and you see that the red kind of slowly begins to become opalescent almost, as it kind of sucks in the power, and it seems to start to swirl almost marble-like with the multitude of colors that come from the spell. And as you hold it, it's enchanting. It's very nice. And how do you wish to further pursue studying this?
I
You
think
want to
anytime
leave it
it's
as it
we
is.
stop or we're going slow, they'll just take any of the like materials he has that he knows they're full and just like chuck them out into like the nature around him to see if it like does anything.
How many of these do you want to make in?
I think right now he's not trying to make any at the moment. He's just trying to experiment with the material and make sure it actually.
I mean, how many of these are you going to be putting?
Oh well, I have 150 of them in my bag of holding, so
Mhm.
probably do maybe 50 of them. Use about 50 of these, just like
Okay.
jewels.
Give me 4 more Arcana checks.
Okay.
For each 10.
All right, guys, we're doing science. Oh shit! Maybe I am slowly turning into Oppenheimer. Guys, you said 4.
4.
All right. 2, 3, 4. Ooh, slowly going down. Going back up though.
Alright. So for a lot of them, they turn out great. You get at least 35 of them that seem to be holding the magic well. When things begin to slow down and you see a small area outside of the trolley that's like spaced, you kind of throw it out and you watch as it hits the ground, it almost explodes and it just normally color spray is in a cone. This becomes a radius and it expands to about 20 feet. As it just it explodes in color before you see the stone on the ground shaking almost violently before falling still. And as for the 14 and the 13, well, with the 14, it's okay enough, but you realize it's a little bit more unstable as you put the magic into it. It almost begins to heat uncomfortably, and after a minute, you have to lose like 5 of them because they're a little too unstable.
So I'm down to 100 pounds worth of these little stones.
Yeah. And for the 13, however, because that's under the DC, because the DC was 14, as you put color spray into quite a few of them and you begin kind of working with them, you don't notice as you kind of turn away, but one of them begins to shake a little bit, and you hear a clicking noise, like them tapping against each other before turning over, and everyone around him, what save is color spray? I don't think color spray is a save. I think it's based off of health, right?
I think so.
I accidentally put color spray. Color spray. Color spray. Yes, is based off the hit points of creatures.
Okay.
About 10 of them explode. So I'm gonna be rolling a.
It's just.
Let's see.
I just Barbie-fied the fucking back of it.
It's a 60-10, so 6 times 10 is 60. So I'm gonna be rolling a 60 d10 for everyone in a 20-foot radius, which includes everyone around you.
Wait, this is damage, doesn't it?
No, it does not. It just blinds you.
Okay.
I'm lying.
The whole tram's just.
Not the whole tram. Everyone in the 20-foot radius. The tram's at least 35 feet long, and everyone's close enough to you to where everybody in the party currently is going to be affected by those. As all of you hear this ticking sound before looking over, and suddenly you are blind. There's this explosion of color that just hits you in the face, and you are unable to see. Let's see. Yeah, you guys are just blind for the duration of 6 seconds before it's like that moment where like you get that flashing light as you hear a low pitched noise from the explosion. As 10 of them did go off, the others seem to have not exploded with them, so 10 of them just exploded. The rest seem to be somewhat fine. And as you all kind of come to after receiving your explosion, for a brief moment, I think one of you gets the "Hey, you're finally awake" before coming to, as the entire walls and ceiling and floor and glass is covered in just paint, just spray paint, just color.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And you guys are all also covered in color. And if any of you stand up, you have left an imprint of yourself, clear color, in the seats. And Odrin, you're just kind of standing there, just kind of like, And the kitten, as you look down, is just kind of sitting there, and it'll look up at you with those big ol' eyes, and just be like, wow. Just a little sassy, just like, good job kind of thing.
I just want to make it clear. I discovered something.
And
Oh!
okay, Casey, calm down.
I need a sign.
I do want to know, before you had seen on the outside where the gem was shaking and thrashing violently before falling still,
Yeah.
you couldn't see it because it was far away. But here, seeing them, they're shaking and falling still before slowly cracking apart into tiny little pieces and dissipating.
Okay.
It seems like when they're not something that's attuned or shield-based like that, like how it was built for you, or weapons that were built for others, it seems like when it's at its rawmost material, if it is imbued with magic and then it shoots out that magic, it just kind of falls apart.
I think, and this takes all 8 days. Just testing it?
Yeah, all 8 days.
Okay. I think he's just going to put like a side note, just research shaping the material preserve you, maybe find a way to preserve it, and different magics I can put into them. Right, maybe I figure this out.
As you were all painted and slathered in color, after the brief explosion and the 6 seconds of blindness and coming to, the trolley stopped after a while before hearing the sound dinging and the trolley conductor being like, "Made it to the capital of light. Everybody wants to get out. We're heading back." As you all have made it to your destination. Timberfelt, what did you want to do with your 8 days?
I couldn't think of anything. Like the 8 days on the trolley?
Before being exploded by color.
Probably take those 8 days just to find different ways to relax.
The last moments are not relaxing, but you feel pretty. Say, like, Ro probably takes a finger and wipes their cheek and then kind of licks at it. Just like, ooh, this doesn't taste that bad. But you guys have made it to the capital of light.
Hell yeah. Yeah, boys.
You step out of the trolley covered in fluorescent paint. As after getting off and the conductor kind of seeing y'all, just kind of like, is that what that explosion was? As you head towards the gate and you see, like, you can hear him getting out to, like, check. As you head in, you can hear the sound of, "What the fuck?" as you enter into the capital.
I was wondering how the like person driving the train felt. Like, what was their reaction?
Well, it was a little farther back, the trolley, because it's at least
It's a long trolley.
it's a long trolley.
My bad.
So they felt something a little bit, but they just presumed maybe it was just maybe a little rattling, maybe a little bit of people just getting anxious or something. And then just seeing you guys covered in paint, it's just like, what the hell were they doing in one of my trolleys? You guys have free reign to go redo so. I know the first place you guys wanted to go to was or one of the places you guys wanted to go to was the bank teller's fortune, where Wolf and Yanetta are, and you guys can decide to go to other things as well before then, but that's your destination.
Let's go visit the fruit stand. I think there's a special kind of berry. I think it's called the lie. So if we can go check out the lie berries, I think that would be great.
Wait, the what berries?
Lie berries?
Oh.
We should probably book it there though.
Yeah, I like berries all the time.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's also a form of them. They're kind of that work at those stands. They're barbarians, but they work there, so they're known as librarians.
Yeah.
I'm so upset right
now.
I'm so upset right now.
They have their own special version of walking too. It's called Encyclo.
Oh.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, because when they encyclopedial?
Oh,
Bit Ricci with that one. The first two were pretty good though.
Good.
Like that one was definitely trying. That was like
It was like top shelf, and I'm short, so I get it. That was a reach.
Murder, 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 murder.
As you can tell, I'm doing fine again.
That's good. Actually, I'm actually more happy to hear your puns. So I'm happy you're doing good. But puns are they're killing me.
So I believe Timberpelt wanted to go to the library as well, right?
yes.
Let's head that direction then.
Alright. Did you want to go to the small library you've gone before that's connected to the nest or the blackbird's nest, or did you want to go to a larger one?
I would have to say. I wasn't thinking of an actual magical spell book. I was more thinking.
I
A
agree.
type of like I was essentially thinking, and the other thing that I could think of was I'm going to be using this book as a time passer.
Hmm.
So the best thing I could think of was Temperpelt is curious about the history of magic in this continent. So he's just, I guess, looking for genuine magic history books
Alright.
of the local area, or like just, yeah.
You could definitely find those if you go searching for them. I know. Let's see. Lonnie, you said you also wanted to go to the Libarby. Did Mr. Odin also want to go to the Libarby?
I think this is a big city, correct?
It is a fairly. I believe you have been to the capital light before. You understand that it is um, the largest city that is within Odin's Light.
I think I'll go to the library, do the same research he has been doing, looking for large bug.
Right.
With my cat, who's right here. Look, I have a problem.
Oh. And Lonnie, what did you want to look for at the Libarby?
At this point, I think I wanted to do. I'm gonna follow Tobin to whatever library they're going to, and if it's the big one, then I'll do one thing. If it's the small one, I'll do the other.
Tobin, did you want to go to the big library or the small library?
For the big one.
What?
I voted for going to the bigger library.
Okay.
Bigger one it is.
Cool. Heading there, it seems to be slightly connected with the school that was within the Capital of Light, as it is it's one of the spiraling towers that is within the capital, reaching several floors. You're thinking about maybe 10. As you enter inside, it is wall to wall. Everything is covered with books. There are shelves of books. There's so many like aisles, like filled to the brim with literature. There's one center pillar that reaches towards the very top, that is surrounded by a table that multiple librarians are currently settled at, as well as quite a few that are wandering around. There seem to be small little, almost like fairy-like creatures, fluttering around and carrying things to and fro. And at the very kind of front of it all seems to be a very large statue of what seems to be an older man, from what you can tell, holding up a staff, covered in cloaks and garments as you enter, and it's very serene. You can't hear the sound of anyone speaking. You just hear the sound of book pages turning, as it is probably the best kind of library that you can imagine. And looking for what you each want to look for, I'm going to need 3 separate investigations. So an investigation for each one of you 3. And Lonnie, give me advantage because Bro's going to help you.
Yay. I'm gonna take a moment to think about what I want before I actually do so.
Sure.
Because I want to find out what I'm trying to find before getting a really good roll and then saying it afterwards.
Alright, I rolled a 13.
Alright. And Ogre? Ogre? Casey?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you hear me?
No.
Roll me an investigation to find the kind of books you are currently looking for. Alright. And Lonnie, let me know when you have come to a decision and we'll get to you.
Okay, sounds good.
First Timberpelt. With that 13, looking for history of magic within the area. I think with a little bit of aid from a librarian and some pointing out, as well as a few knowledgeable scholars that are within this library, you would end up finding a decent enough history book based off of the wizards that have been recorded here, as well as artificers and anything really magical or arcana that has existed within this continent.
Cool.
With Odrin, with your 16, after skimming through a bit, through some things and checking out a couple of books, you kind of find your hand sliding across the binders of the books on the wall before your hand stops as you kind of move it down, and you kind of read through some of the different words. What languages do you know?
Languages do I know? Okay. I know Common. Here's an easy one for it. I also know Dwarvish, Elvish, and that's it.
Alright. Okay. You don't recognize the language, but after pulling the book out, just out of pure curiosity, you see it's got some inscriptions on it of different types. And from what you can tell, you do recognize one word, as it seems to be a mix of one language and some Elven. And it seems to read something about the Underdark.
Ooh.
As you flip through the pages and look through it, the book seems old, but not too old to where it falls apart. And as you flip through pages and you stop, you see there is, it seems like the majority of this is written in Common, like maybe it was translated, but part of it is within some Underdark and Elvish. As you do recognize the beginnings of input about an Underdark.
This language is not recognizable to me.
You would recognize. I think you as a player, I'll let you know that it is Undercommon,
Ooh, I don't know that.
but you don't recognize it personally, but you do recognize the Elvish in the Common.
Alright. I'm going to just take this book.
Okay.
probably like, actually, I want to take this book to the librarian.
Right. Look,
I go to the
Um,
librarian.
we should go to the librarian.
Oh, I go that way.
As you head towards the librarian, Lonnie, have you decided what you want to get?
No. Oh, I have one. How many rules are we doing? Because
I'd
you
say
said three,
maybe
right?
it's 3 because it was like one person, like
Oh,
each one
one
person.
each. Okay.
But I'll go
Well, I
ahead and
have one then.
say you guys have the chance to re-roll just in case if you guys wanted to find something else. Maybe it's not what
Okay, so
interested
if it
you.
doesn't go well, then there's the opportunity of trying to find
Yes,
something else.
there
Okay.
it is.
Advantage, investigation, bam. Did it work?
So, what are you looking for?
Oh, I actually typed it out already, and I just didn't hit submit. So I'm trying to find art buyers in Odrin's Light.
Alright. So, as you're being helped by Ro looking like they've hoisted you like up on their shoulder as you skim the many walls of books. And I'd say maybe after you get to like the 3rd floor, because you can't really seem to find much,
Mm-hmm.
you do start seeing like artistic portfolios, anatomy work, and eventually you come across like a book that details very like famous people who have procured art or made art that sold for hundreds of gold or millions of gold
Mm-hmm.
before eventually coming across something that kind of surprised you as you pull out one book and from behind it seemingly another book falls out as you as Ro kind of crouches so you both can look at it. From what you can tell, it seems to be almost like a personal entry that may have been donated to the library that is detailing their life in buying art and different works of art they've procured and how much they enjoy the art that they have received. And it seems to be fairly recent enough to go by. And it is. Let me get the name.
I'm taking notes. Also, oh sorry, I'm gonna wait until you're done. I have something in mind.
Um. The name of the person that procures art and enjoys it thoroughly is a man by the name of Gillis O'Quaig.
How does this spelled?
Gillis is spelled Gillis. There's a single O with a little dash over top of it,
Mm-hmm.
and then Quaig is Cuaig.
Cuaig. Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. He details his life as a simple guardsman who has come into lines of wealth because of the connections he has and how much he enjoys the many fine things he can now procure, including wines as well as strange like devices related to torture and different things and art as well. Stuff that he is very eager to put money into, as from what he says is it's nothing that you can replicate. It's something that is found and is singular. And what better way to procure that and to preserve it than to make it my own?
Yeah, good.
What were you gonna say before?
Location, how do I find him? How would I be able to get in contact with him?
It seems like from what you can tell, there's he seems to talk about how he lives near, like he lives near the capital of light, but not too close. And from after a bit of skimming through and a little bit of help from Ro as well, eventually you'll notice that he seems to mention the city of Underbell quite a few times. Now, regarding its beauty and how even isolated within the Icelands and one of the smaller towns near such a place as where he works, which is White Gulch. It seems it's still quite nice to come to, and its beauty is one found only by few.
How do we find it?
Underbell is actually fairly close if you look at the map.
Ba-da-bee boop, ba-ba-doo boop, ba-doo boop. Underbale. I'm gonna zoom out because apparently I can't see it.
No, zoom closer towards the capital. Like, it is very close.
Winter Heights. This might be on the DM layer.
It is not.
Okay, I see Winter Heights, White Gulch, Stones Crossing, Septilot. I'm going
Look
down
up.
now.
Go up, go up.
I see
Go
a
back
legend.
up towards Stones Crossing.
Oh,
Go
Stones
towards
Crossing.
Yurtle
Oh, that way. Oh, Underbell.
Keep going
Okay.
up from Yurtle
To the
There
right,
it
yeah, I
is.
see it. Okay.
Yeah, very, very close.
Very nice. Okay. Is there a way to find him specifically?
I mean, he mentions he works at White Gold. He talks about the different things that he does there, but doesn't divulge too much into it. There is a mention that he loves finding art that reminds him of his workplace a little bit.
Okay.
So maybe finding him might be something as, oh, I'm looking for a guy that works at White Gulch. Why this name?
Well,
And
I
they
would
might
say
just have
probably
information
more
for you.
scouting out from a distance, trying to watch the exit gates, and then is there a physical description of him?
There doesn't seem he'll describe himself as, how do I put this? Daringly handsome. I think quite the catch actually, despite my shorter stature. I am a man of renown. I'm not the prettiest guy, but I think I'm pretty great. That's kind of all it really says. I mean,
Shorter,
it's kind
average
of all
appearance with big ego. Gotcha.
shorter from what you can tell too.
Yeah. Shorter, average appearance, but shorter in height. Bigger ego.
What I do not have in hunt, I make up in shelter with. That's what really gets the ladies.
Okay.
This
Well-
doesn't say that in the book. I'm just kind of expressing how he would be.
Right. Okay. Do you believe this would be enough information with some kind of minigame scouting, even if it takes a while to, like, find him? Perhaps?
I
with...
believe this is enough information for you.
Okay, good. Alright, I wrote it all down in organizations on my
Alright.
sheet. The nat 20 was nice. Okay.
Alright.
End scene.
Let's head back up to Tobin. Is the book you found about the history of Arcana within this lands. From what you can tell with the magic that usually resides here, is a lot of it tends to kind of come from different parts. It's not like with Odin's Light, it's not like with Ashen. Ashen was definitely more of a centralized growth. It was something that was spawned from the Frost Empire, from the 40-year war with the gods. and the way magic had become something that was to be trained and something to be worshipped and something to be cherished. But here, magic is just it just exists, and it seems to have always existed. Because from what you could tell, it's not like someone just started doing magic someday. And going into it more, it goes into detail about the different types of people that came to populate the continent that eventually found themselves spreading different kinds of magic. Some that may have not known, others learned from different people and different types of beliefs and followings. Their magic crafted their religions in terms of the gods that they had created. It seems to have been a melding pot of stuff that turned and blossomed into something even bigger. As reading through it seems to be definitely a lot more of a chaotic mix than your old continent was. Jesus Christ.
Bless you.
Shut the fuck up.
I'll kill you.
Oh, eat your children.
No, you.
I'll make you consider it penis.
No.
I'll make you consider what you could have done differently.
This is a family-friendly stream.
No, it's
Correct.
not. Not while I'm here.
Fair enough.
On YouTube, nothing's family friendly here.
That's true.
Not in this Christian server.
Are you satisfied with what you have, Timbergold?
Yes. Yeah, I will satisfy his thirst for knowledge for now.
Alright. Back to Odrin. You head towards the librarian with your book in hand. And from what you can tell, it seems to be a taller, from what you can tell to be maybe water genasi woman that is up at the front. Just busy working on getting different papers done and sorting out different things. As she sees you approach, she looks up, just kind of adjusting her glasses. Just, hello, sir. How can I help you today?
Do you know this language?
She'll kind of squint and look at it. Me personally, I don't. But I can get somebody who just might. Give me just one moment, sir. She'll set her around in the circle around the spire before whispering to somebody and coming back with what seems to be a drought as she'll take a glance at it. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's just uncommon.
Could I get a poem, maybe a book that can help me translate this one?
Yeah, sure thing. If you go to the 5th floor and you head towards your left after getting off at the staircase, just that way, you'll eventually find as you walk along the walkway that is a plethora of different books based off of languages, and you will definitely find yourself an undercommon one there. If you need help finding it, just come back down here and I'll gladly walk you.
Thank you.
No problem.
She does that. You go up and do that.
What? You make your way up 5 flights of stairs.
I fly up 5 flights of stairs.
You fly?
Yep, I fly. I just T-pose and float right up.
Like as you T-pose, the cat starts to have physics against you, so it just starts making that noise from Gmod when two things like hit each other, and it's just like a as you reach the top. And following her path that she had told you, eventually you do find yourself coming across the different language teaching books before eventually finding yourself onto the different means of learning Undercommon. And I'd say using the book as a sort of translation guide and using it on the and using it to translate the tome that you had found. Looking it over, the cover specifically says, "My Guide Through the Underdark."
Is there anything in this tome on how to get to the Underdark?
It doesn't seem like, as you open it and you begin to read a bit, it goes into a full precaution. Just read this tome, and that is fine. But however, do not be hasty. Finding yourself there or taking oneself there is not. Thanks.
Sorry.
Is not a travel I would personally recommend. But if you wish, be my guest. But don't take the book there. This is a nice book. I worked hard on this book. But my journey began from when I had first stepped into it. Almost something portal-esque. Kind of like what I'd once seen before in a continent I visited when I went through the forests of giants to reach a river that led to their Feywilds. But this was something different. Something more sinister. I don't wish to disclose its location, but if you're persistent, you could probably find it yourself. It was a long journey into the Underdark, while other things could be faster, like a portal, which would probably have been smarter. I felt the safest means and the most correct, in my opinion, was to just make the trek. It was long. It took me maybe about a month, but by the time I had reached it, there was many things to be unfolded. I had met many creatures, surprisingly many sentient creatures, but there were also many dangers. Many, many dangers. At this current moment, I'm riding with my dominant hand, but my non-dominant hand is no longer with me. But thank God, I have the right one, which is the left one. But I'm glad that's the only part of me I lost. So it's part of my sanity. But aside from that, these are all of my findings. I have illustrated them to the best of my abilities as I was also in a state at the time. Maybe not one of pure consciousness, just pure survival. And read on at your own curiosities, I suppose. Who even knows at this point?
I am back.
Hello, Mick. And reading on, he goes into furious detail. You can see scratchings and writings of things that are almost illegible, unlegible, like just chicken scratch almost, as if he was writing it in a panic. There's part of a page where he goes into full descent in full undercommon, where he starts rambling about something about a dark-haired woman that is following him and following him and following him, and just continues with the words "following him, following me" over and over again.
Oh no.
But it continues afterwards, saying that he doesn't know what happened and he feels better now, but for a while he just kind of lost consciousness. And to the part with the Umber Hulk, he regards it as when I had first ran into this creature, I was finding myself settling down quite nicely. But I forgot that I can't let my guard down in here, as this is what took my right hand. I was minding my own business, and the ground began to rumble and shake, as well as the walls did. I was afraid. I thought maybe this was my time and I would actually die. But luckily, I managed to get out nearly just in time. It came barreling out towards me as if searching for something, Maybe it was following the movement of my feet, but the way it carved through the walls and the ground and the dirt with almost grace-likeness to it. It was hard to understand how something so massive and covered in all that tightness extremities could be so quick and nimble as it went through the ground, but as it came up, I stood still. I did not do. I was stuck there. And it almost couldn't sense me, as I didn't move a muscle. I even found myself stopping breathing as it looked around, and I could see its large antennas waving around trying to sense me, as if maybe part of it was blind, before eventually moving off towards something else and finding its way elsewhere. I did notice that the primary part that really shot it forward in terms of the digging through the ground was not only the large claws it had, but the way it used its back feet to propel itself forward, and the way its carapace was shaped upon its back, arched almost as if a cone upon its back to give it a sort of protective layer that would also smooth the stone out on top of it and give it a sort of sliding ability. It was marvelous and terrifying. I need to make new pants.
Okay. I just now need to figure out how to get to the other. But a month's travel's a bit too much. I wonder if there's a quick. I go back to the librarian.
After T-posing down another 5 flight of stairs, you get back to the
I just like Gmod, like kill myself, or I just like ragdoll and then just respawn downstairs. Obviously.
do you go to the Ganassi or the Drow?
The drow.
Right. You approach her, she kind of looks towards you, just, how did you find it, sir?
I need to find a way down to the Underdark.
Oh, that's out of my specialties. And see, I'm only well capable to put books on shelves and check papers. I can't get you to the Underdark.
I was hoping you would provide me with a book to get me to the Underdark.
I haven't really heard of anything like that, honestly.
No tome, no map.
I can't. Yeah, hold on.
Place exists,
I understand
which
that.
means there's a way down.
It's just not many people could record anything like that, nor would I think they'd want to. And she'll just kind of gesture for you to follow her. She'll take you to another part of the library. She'll look at you, just, how good are you at walking? Was the 5 flights alright on you?
It was perfectly fine.
Alright, we're gonna go about 9. She's gonna take you up to nearly the top floor, which is a lot smaller in comparison to the rest of the parts of the floor, as it seems to be a lot cozier. A lot more tight, as should take you over towards a small wall filled with what appear to be tomes that have glass in front of them. Now, these are very specific. I don't really show these to people that ask me specifically, but there are different tomes and writings and scrolls that are made in order to pursue the art of how do I put this? Of hopping from dimension to dimension. From, place to place. There could be a chance of there being something Underdark related in here or somewhere nearby, but as far as I'm concerned, checking here might be your best start, or honestly, finding yourself a wizard who might have a better idea. And, to be honest, you don't look like much of a sorcerer. So, maybe getting somebody who's a little bit more tuned with this, so you don't hate yourself, big guy.
Recommendations.
Well, there's always the headmistress of the school. She's a very smart woman, but she doesn't really talk to many people. All he works up to the king. He's a very, I hear he's somewhat versed in magic.
Sure, headmistress.
Yeah.
Is there more chances with that?
I don't know.
What are they associated with? Location.
Well, they live within the school. Or at least, I'm pretty sure they do. I don't really know where they live. I know they work there. The school is around near the Capitol building of the Capitol. It's fairly large, you wouldn't miss it. We're actually pretty much right next to it. You'd be looking for a Miss Lorona.
Miss Liverpool.
Yes.
And where is she located again?
At school, most likely. That's usually where she spends most of the time, from what I heard. She doesn't really mingle too often, being the headmistress of a school. No. And this isn't just any school, buddy. You'd need a lot to get in there. It's the Light Academy, so
The what? The Life Academy?
yes. Named after the capital, of course. It's literally the shining beacon.
Am I familiar with this academy?
You would be familiar with this academy. It is a very well-astute academy. It's the best in the entire country. It is known as Light Academy, but it is also known as the Shining Beacon.
Oh gosh, what was her name again? I wrote down Light Academy instead of her name.
Miss Lorraine.
Miss Lorraine.
Yes. Loraine.
That's Lorane.
Aine.
AIN. Lorraine. Okay. I'm getting some more of this.
That's the best bet. Just in case it goes flip-side turvy on its head, come back here and I'll give you a scroll for some shit.
The school.
Well, okay, that.
Go on.
No, I mean it is like a. This is where we keep scrolls and tomes and things related to that kind of shit. I was regarding as maybe we can find you one of these if it's something related to the Underdark in case she flops. You know? I didn't mean I had a specific one.
Yes.
I'm a librarian.
What
I
kind
am
of
a very
scrolls do
smart
you-
librarian.
What is your scrolls and
Well, a lot of them are regarding with, I think I explained this to you already. With teleporting to dimensions, different.
Shouldn't I just
Red
use
different
that to get
planes.
to the Underdark?
What?
I'll just use that to get to the Underdark.
I would suggest you honestly get a hold of somebody that has a better handle of this.
I'll use both.
What?
Might as well get a scroll first and then meet up with that person. That way they can teach me to use it properly.
I mean, it's gonna be expensive.
How much?
Well, it's a transportation spell, right? And it's one going to a different plane. That's probably gonna be above 500 gold.
I'm quite sure.
They're actually quite tall. Sorry, I'm sorry. That is. Ew.
Those with like that get me a discount.
No, but a sharp tongue like that might just get you. I'm just gonna. Yeah,
I was joking.
I was joking too. All right. Anyways,
Sure.
find yourself the money, maybe, or at least get in touch with her. She usually is at the school. Have a word.
I'm most likely going to find this person first and come back.
Neato. All right. Just gonna scutter off.
And I will find the bag.
Life will find a way.
I'll look for the. I'll seek out my birth.
Alright.
Those guys.
Let's say you all somehow find yourself converging. Did you want to buy that book, Lonnie? Or did you want to leave it?
Would it have been something that I believe I need to take with me?
That is up to you. I know you wrote everything down. I just didn't know if you wanted to keep it.
What would be the cost of it?
I'd say it's a fairly unknown book, and it isn't something that seems to be of value, as it's just kind of a guy talking about himself in art. I'd say at most it would be like 5 gold.
Okay. I have a total of 42 silver on me. So I'm gonna leave it there.
Cool, yeah. It has to be expensive because they have to fund the library.
Unless Ro wants to pay for me and I can pay her back later.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm not talking money.
I know.
She'll take the book from you.
I wasn't
Just go
either.
to the library and talk with them for a second before passing them some money over.
Okay.
I got it for 2 gold.
Okay. Good job. Bro, just let me
I
win.
told them it was damaged. She's gonna
just
like
let me
open
know
it
when
a
you're
little
ready
bit.
for the evening.
She's gonna. Okay.
Okay.
She's gonna be like, yeah, I told him it was damaged, and she's gonna open it, and you're gonna see that she burned a little bit of the pages.
Good. Clever. Very well done.
As you, she'll bow. Timberpelt, did you want to buy the book you have, or did you want to not get the book?
I'd get the book and then just study it further on downtimes.
I'd say that book, it's not one of their most detailed of the history of magic and arcana. So I think the most it would be is like 10 gold.
Alright, I'll say it again if it didn't, if my mic didn't pick up. But yeah, he will, Timberpelt will hand him the 10 gold needed for the book.
Yeah, thanks, bud. You now own the book. Alright. As you all converge and have found what you were pretty much looking for at the library and some extra information, where is your next goal?
I'd like to go to Underbell. Because by the
You
time
also would need to talk to your friends.
Who? What happened? Which friend are we talking to?
You all need the one with Wolf you spoke of.
There's a... Somebody else wanted to talk to Wolf.
Where are you going? What is Underbell?
It's an area near White Gulch.
I want to go to the Academy of Light. Or Light Academy.
I think that's here, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Well, you can do that first, and then we'll go when everybody is ready.
I think this is a good spot to leave it off on. And we'll come back to this next session. As, yeah. As you guys decide to have a little bit of downtime in the capital.
Hopefully I'm free next week.
If not, I'll find some way for you.
Just text your boss and tell him you're sick next week.
Okay, boss, I'm gonna be sick next Thursday.
Next Thursday.
Oh, sick as a dog. Sick. I can already feel
Sick
it.
as a dog.
Hey, did you want me to send you something in the mail? I can get you sick. I'll cough on a little handwritten letter.
Oh,
I
nice.
think the government can take you for Bioterrorism on that.
It would have been a quote accident. It's okay.
I think you'd still catch the bag and get put on a list.
From a cough?
Yeah.
They probably sanitize all the letters anyway.
We lick our letters every day.
Wait, who left? I know.
Oh, your wife.
Oh, I think Casey left.
Oh yeah, I got it first. Sorry.
You're good.
Yeah, we lick our letters every day. Those are nasty. You ever think about that? You lick a letter?
No
Yes.
letters. Who writes a letter anymore?
Me. When I send shit to people. Or like when people send like birthday cards.
Okay, I'm so old-fashioned.
Shut my dick.
Such violence.
Call me old fashioned. Fucking show you old fashioned. Beat the shit out of you. I'm gonna put on my wife beater.
Oh no.
Nothing like old-fashioned 1960s domestic violence.
Yeah, baby. Let me get drunk. Show you domestic violence. I'm
You
just
haven't
drinking
gotten-
violence.
Oh, did you just pour Pepsi in your drink?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you finish your drink?
Yeah.
The alcohol one?
Yeah.
Are you drunk?
No.
No.
It's 5%.
Hmm.
One of those little frozen martinis. This thing's good.
Well, I'm gonna head out of the chat for the night.
Okay. Same,
You all
same.
take
What was
it
that?
easy. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Well, I'll see you all next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Just